We saw you in a video. Who are you talking to on the phone? On that, was it a breach?
I was talking to the police, the police commander, regional police commander, and also talking to the major who was leading the detachment of the army in Banda.
So this is Bono East?
No, that is Bono proper.
Okay.
Because I had gone there for observation, following up on the reports of this intimidation of Evers and Adans, who are fishermen along the lake and who were being fiscally prevented not only by the Delta forces, but with the active involvement of the military that has been deployed there. So when we got these reports and I went there, my first point of call was to talk to the commander at the base. And he denied every allegation that I was following up on. This denial was made in the presence of cameras, UTV cameras, TV3 cameras. He denied flatly that nothing of that sort was happening, and he indicated that the military are there not involved in the registration process at all, so they are only called in when there is conflict, then they will maintain the peace. So after we held that discussions with him, myself, the Member of Parliament, Honorable Ahmed, and then the former regional minister, who is now the regional chairman of our party, Honorable Kwadwo Nyam-Chemafu. Then we stood at the registration center where we met the commander. He said, you can watch things for yourself. For about 15 minutes, everything was moving very slowly. So we're tempted to believe in what she had told us. Then we left the place and decided to go to the landing site where the settlers along the lake, because they don't have registration centers, they all join outboard motors and come to Bongasi and Akanya Krom to register. And there were stories that some of the military people had gone there to threaten them, and on one occasion they kept the fishermen on the boat for more than 2 hours, sitting on the boat, and will not be allowed to. Yes, they will not be allowed to disembark. So we said, this is what the commander is telling us. So let's follow up on those reports. So when we went there, lo and behold, they had disembarked, but they were all there, about 2,000 plus people. When we addressed them and told them that the military says that they have no hand in the registration, so you can go, and they say, no, the people are lying. They came here, this was what they did to us, and so on. That tape too was shown. Then we left there and said, well, let us test whether they are lying or they are speaking the truth, because we have come to ensure that everybody registers. So we asked them to find ways of going to the registration center. Then after we had left, they got onto some vehicles heading towards the registration center.
These are the registrants.
The registrants. And we were going back to see the commander to tell him that the stories he told us, the personal testimonies that were coming from those registrants seems to contradict what he told us. So halfway between the place and where the commander was, we had calls that the military had come to block the road fiscally now, so we should come and see. So we invited the press and said, let us rise there to capture the pictures. So with the pictures, we can now go to confront the commander. So we came there and we met these people in Kia trucks and other things. So we got down from our vehicle to try to find out what was happening. They said they wouldn't allow them. They were Togolese and all that. So I picked my phone and I was calling the major that everything you had told me this morning was a lie.
Do you remember his name?
I have it on my records, but I can't remember. So everything you told me was a lie, and that here we are at this spot. Can you come and see what your boys are doing? either your boys are doing something different from your command,
instructed,
or you lied to us.
Did these boys talk to you, these soldiers?
Yes, I asked them. They said they were Togolese, they were foreign, the people who were coming to register, they were speaking every, so they were Togolese, so they won't allow them.
How close was this place to Togo?
No, we are getting close to Cote d'Ivoire border. It's nowhere near Togo.
So this is the western part of Ghana, not the eastern part.
Of Ghana.
So why were they mentioning Togo?
So the language ever is Togolese. That's all. That's all. So we called the commander, and he came and saw the action. So he was confused because he had lied to us clearly. You know, it was based upon that he allowed, he ordered for the roadblock to be removed, whereupon they went to the registration center.
Why did these people have to be in a Kia truck? Anyone who sees that would say it's true. NDC has gone to bring in people from Togo to come and register.
Is there any law that says that Kia trucks should not carry people to register?
I don't think Kia trucks are I don't think Kia trucks are designed for carrying passengers. But
the Kia
if NDC is involved in a Kia truck carrying passengers, that amounts to
why are you implying that NDC must be involved before people get on a truck to move to a registration center?
Because the NDC General Secretary was seen in that video. The presumption would be that the NDC General Secretary...
Please, as I have narrated, you see, the landing beach is for selling of fish and other things. It is not a normal place for normal passenger vehicles to convey people.
Okay.
So the only way they move from the beach to the town is through these motokins and Kia trucks.
So there's no registration center in that area?
No, the nearest registration center is where they were moving to.
But is that their electoral area?
Yes, that should be the last registration point, or the closest registration point to where you reside.
But why don't they go individually? Why do they have to be in a truck?
If you had sent your reporters there to ask them, you're asking me a question which ought to be directed to somebody else.
But you were there.
And I'm saying that I didn't see anything wrong with people moving. If we are moving from here to my hometown, and we are in a truck or in a bus, how does it affect our nationality? Because
busing has been...
No, you guys have not taken the trouble to understand what busing means.
Busing means taking people who are not meant to be in a certain electoral area to the place to come and register.
Busing means evacuating people who are not qualified to register
in an electoral
area.
Yes.
From outside the electoral area to the electoral area for registration.
Yes.
These are people who are moving within the electoral area to go and register. So how does it qualify?
Eventually, did these people get to register? Do you know?
Yes, they did.
We've also seen a video of military people at the registration centers. What explanation did the commander give you for that, for the presence of soldiers at that place?
That's what he was denying the fact that the soldiers are involved in the registration at all until they were exposed. Okay, so he couldn't have given me any explanation. He was saying that they are there to check violent conduct. So they don't get close to registration centers. They are camped there, and when there is violence, they invite them to quell the violence. That was his explanation. And we now discovered that they were doing more than he was claiming they came there to do. Then there was another occasion, after I had left there, 2 or 3 days later, another group of people came in other Kia trucks with Ivorian registration number. So they came to an MPP stronghold called Cabrono. Then apparently they were denied the opportunity to register because clearly these were Ivorians who had been barred from another country to enter. When they were leaving, then the candidate for MPP met them and directed that the truck should return to the registration center and he will make sure they are registered.
Which constituency is this?
The same Banda.
Okay.
So they came back and he intimidated the Electoral Commission officers. He told them and the police everything that they must register them. 66 of them were registered.
Where were your agents? Why didn't they protest?
Our agents were saying our agents were responsible for blocking them in the first place. But they say they have to register. If we want, we have to challenge them.
Yes,
so our agents challenge all the 66. Okay. Then they were clearly speaking a foreign language and all that. Then our agents demanded that the vehicle they had come with the with the Ivorian number must be impounded. Then the police were now arguing that there is no law preventing anybody from traveling to Ghana in a Kia truck. The same police.
Yeah, there's no law preventing a foreign
and
registered.
Then they have been. The borders are closed.
Yeah, but this vehicle could have been here before the borders were closed.
And they told you where they came from. That they had come from Cote d'Ivoire. They mentioned the town.
You NDC, we are told, agreed that there should be soldiers in the banda.
Can I finish with this? They told them where they came from. So I believe our boys were even threatening to burn down that foreign vehicle. But they were restrained by the party leaders. That you don't solve one crime with another. So they went to make an official complaint with the immigration and made another official complaint with the police. Okay. So it was the following day when the registrants were going back that they were arrested at the border. And the pictures were taken. They asked them to produce their ID cards. They produced the Ivorian card identity and produced the Ghana listing. It meant that in spite of the challenge, the Electoral Commission people had actually released the ID cards for them to
There was supposed to be a tribunal to hear these things. Did they ever show up?
But the tribunal is supposed to determine whether they should be given the cards.
Yes.
But if the commission people are giving them the card, they have no business appearing there. What are they coming to do?
So they never made an appearance at the tribunal?
What would they come there to do? So they withhold your card, and then they ask you to come and appear to justify why your card should be given to you. But if they give you your card and you are going away, what are you coming back to do? So it tells you that this matter must be investigated. And because they were exposed with that arrest, I hear there were people here making an announcement that it is Asiedu Nketia who has gone to Cote d'Ivoire to bring those people. If I had gone to bring them, why should my people be challenging them?
This is Face to Face on Citi TV. Johnson Asiedu Nketia is my guest.